I welcome us to English conversations. Okay, English conversations about the hippocampus. Speak English practice. Okay, I repeat, English conversations about hippocampus. English speaking practice. In this video, there are two things that every viewer is going to really learn. It's going to really improve your proficiency in English language. It is going to add new knowledge of neuroscience and educational neuroscience, okay, to your existing knowledge base. So this video is extremely important. For those who are interested in improving their proficiency in English language, it's going to really or simply reveal to you how to make simple phrases, how to construct sentences, okay, how to use words, okay, in order to create syntax, in order to create maybe a structural and easy to understand sentences. So this video is extremely important. It's going to reveal to you how to use acronyms and how to use them correctly. So this video is more than all of the wealth or all the gold in Gold Coast. So please just get your pens and paper and let me take you on this very important intellectual journey. So the first one is we're going to be talking about, okay, the hippocampus. The hippocampus is simply an organ in the brain that is responsible for the encoding of a short-term memory. That whenever a teacher is in the class and whenever the students are listening to the teacher, the hippocampus and the hippocampus neurons are always active. So those seed, I call them seed, semantic information and data that the teacher is revealing, the hippocampus and the neurons there are the ones, okay, they are decoding and encoding, okay, such information in the learning environment. So now let's look at the simple sentences as they connect or as they link to English language. The hippocampus is a brain organ that helps to encode sensory information. Those words, the content, okay, of the lecture or of the teaching that the teacher is disseminating to the students. That is the first one, sensory information. You know, we have five types of sensory information. Then it also helps in storing short-term memory. That is one of the functions, okay, of the hippocampus as it relates to the education sector. Then two, okay, when we are asleep, whenever we are asleep, when the students, after maybe they are as soon as the students get home after taking their dinner and they go to bed, everything that we taught them, it is the responsibility of the hippocampus to transfer those information that the students encoded and the learners or the pupils encoded while they were in school. It transfers, okay, those information to various parts of the brain, part of the neocortex. Then the hippocampus does this through a process called what? Protein synthesis. Do not forget, proteins are the building blocks of life. Everything that we've mastered, okay, it is because our brain, okay, our nervous system release, our cells release protein. It is called protein synthesis. And if you look at this picture, this image, okay, this is what? This red one here, this blue here is called the hippocampus. This one is called the amygdala. You can see the blue one, okay, the hippocampus. And then when we repeatedly rehearse, okay, or engage in daily habit of learning. I've been telling my teachers, those have been training, I've been telling them about DHL. Okay, when we repeatedly rehearse or engage in daily habit of learning, this leads to what? Long-term potentiation. It means that the cells dedicated, okay, to that activity, they keep firing action potentials, okay, and in that process, if you keep doing it, if you keep reading all the time, it leads to long-term potentiation and what? Protein synthesis. Okay, the nervous system actually reacts. Okay, it tells itself that this thing is extremely important. Let me release a protein in order to help this individual store this activity or store this knowledge. So the next one is, okay, education and hippocampus. Okay, education and hippocampus. Okay, the hippocampal neurons, every kind of unit of the brain is just like a network. Okay, like the prefrontal cortex has its own populations and unique of neurons. Likewise, the hippocampus too has its own unique neurons. Okay, that the hippocampal neurons help in learning, okay, in memory and in intelligence. There is no academic intelligence without the hippocampus. So when learners are attentive, okay, and excited, this activates the hippocampal neurons and the concept and academic neurons. That is why, as a neuroeducator, you must make sure that your students are, one, attentive in the class, two, that they are excited to learn. Okay, this understanding will make you a kind of a subject expert. It will make you, your pedagogy is going to be so effective that people will see you as a very competent and sophisticated teacher or lecturer. Excuse me. Okay. Then whatever the teacher or lecturer teaches, okay, will be encoded, okay, will be decoded. To decode means to really to understand. Will be, okay, decoded, okay, encoded and stored in the neocortex. Okay, then finally, during text, okay, examination, assignment, classwork and homework, the hippocampus will help the students retrieve and remember any information they need. So despite the fact that the hippocampus helps in storing short-term memory, and it also helps in distributing this short-term memory into long-term memory when the student is asleep, it also plays a vital role in the retrieval of the information. And if you look at this word, it is from test, examination, assignment, classwork and homework. The hippocampus also plays the role, a vital role in retrieving such information. The knowledge of this is what I call, this is the neuroscience of effective teaching. This knowledge is something that is new, that 99.9% of teachers out there and educators and lecturers out there are ignorant of this knowledge. That is why the master class in education neuroscience that my team and I have started teaching teachers is spreading. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to share this video with your friends and family, with your colleagues, so that people will get to understand that there's a connection between education and brain science, especially educational neuroscience. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for listening, okay, to this lecture. Thank you also for subscribing to my channel. I shall see you in the next video.